Call Edith in housekeeping. Tell her the new vacuum cleaners are in. All 40 of them.
It'll gladden her heart.
Oh, one more thing. The seam in my bow tie came apart. Would you mind taking it down to the tailor in the arcade? I'll need it back for tomorrow night.
Sure. Maybe you should check your socks. You may have some holes that need darning.
The prince is here. Welcome back from St. Gregory.
Good to see you again, Hugh.
May I present Mark Danning, our Director of Guest Relations. Signed as Prince Eric.
Pleasure, Danning. This is my aide, Emmett Saunders.
How do you do?
McDermott, Mr. Danning.
How do you do, Mr. Saunders?
I hope you'll have a comfortable and profitable stay with us.
Yes, well, if I have to travel around the world with my hand out, it might as well be in comfort.
We're staying in the Royal Suite, Your Highness. If there's anything I can do for you, please let us know.
Thank you.
Oh, kind of Mrs. Cabot to host the ball tomorrow night.
Please convey our best wishes.
Of course, I'm sure she's looking forward to it as much as I am.
Honey, where's the fire? Kid's not going to be here for another hour.
Just nervous. Excited.
Yes, we have a reservation. The name's Frank Rollins.
Dave, how are you? Fine. And you, counselor?
Future counselor, I hope.
What's the matter? Trouble at school?
No, it's just Professor Seligman. It puts me to sleep.
Uh-huh.
I hope I'm getting it all. Hey, how about a beer?
Can't. These uniforms aren't allowed to sit. Still waiting for your mom?
Maybe she checked in under her boyfriend's name. I'll ask at the desk.
Nervous?
Yeah. It's not every day I get to meet my future father.
Well, good luck.
Yeah.
Have one from me.
There you are, Mr. Jinx. Hope you enjoy your stay with us.
Thank you.
Victoria!
Dorothy, nice to see you. I'm so pleased you came all the way from Aspen for our gala.
Well, it's my favorite cause. Plus, it's a good excuse to visit my favorite hotel.
I hope you brought your checkbook. I think the prince is expecting to make a big dent in it again. Oh, who's this? Oh, that's Kathleen, my new personal maid. Harlan, can we get going? I am exhausted.
See you tomorrow night, Victoria. Save me a dance.
Absolutely. Hello, Kathleen.
Pleased to meet you, Mom.
Kathleen, quit dawdling.
Be here any minute. I'm not even dressed.
Slow down, Bobby. It's just your son, remember?
Tell him I'll be right out.
Hi, I'm Frank Rollins. You must be Andy.
Hi, Frank.
Come on in. All women are the same, Andy. Always waiting to the last minute to get dressed. Drink?
No, thanks. It put me right on my ear. I was up all night with the books.
I remember those days. Listen, if you need something to keep your eyes unglued, my doctor gave me a prescription that works.
No, thanks. I'm okay.
Oh, Andy.
Mom. It's great to see you.
Oh, aren't you eating anything? You're so thin.
And you look so tired. Doesn't he look tired, Frank? I'll bet you're working too hard.
Well, I'm cramming for exams. I'll sleep next week.
Well, what do you think of my Frank?
Barbara.
I'm sorry. I just want you two to be friends, that's all.
We are, Mom. We're gonna be great friends, right, Frank?
Absolutely.
You've got the mirror at 1, then the cocktail party that Harlan Jenks is hosting.
Oh, and don't forget my Alumni Association. You have to squeeze in some time for me at Amherst.
Oh, they're counting on that. They're going to give you the Foreign Exchange Student Award.
I spent nearly my entire life in this country. And now people look at me and see a foreigner. Funny, when I'm home, I miss my friends in the States, and now that I'm here, I miss my family.
There's just no way we can cancel some of these functions.
Oh, I know. I know. It's just that it's been one long string of plane rides and hotels and fundraisers. I'm tired, Emmett.
May I ask where you're going?
Down to that little flower alcove in the lobby. I thought I'd pick up some roses for Mrs. Cabot. There's a simple diversion, eh?
I see. Well, that would be very nice.
No, Kathleen. Those go in the middle drawer. The sweaters go in the bottom.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, I'm so excited about seeing the prince again. Do you think he'll remember me?
But of course he will, dear. Remember the Haggerty's party at the Hamptons 2 summers ago? Seemed to me His Highness was quite taken with you.
Oh, I hope you're right. Kathleen, can you please get an iron and take all the wrinkles out of this thing? I mean, I really can't be seen in this kind of condition.
That won't be necessary. The St. Gregory has a first-class valet service. Oh, Kathleen, would you take this down to the florist, pick out something nice, and have it delivered to Mrs. Cabot?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And don't tell me at the tender age of 24 you've forgotten how to unpack a suitcase.
Having as hard a time as I am.
Sorry?
Making a decision. The flowers, I mean.
Oh, yes. They're all so lovely, aren't they?
I'm thinking of getting the white roses. What do you think?
I think they're beautiful.
Then the white roses it is. Could I get these delivered, please?
Certainly, sir.
Right away.
Heard. Very good, sir.
Thanks. My name's Eric.
Kathleen. Kathleen Shea.
Have you considered the red roses? They're lovely. Like yourself.
Actually, they're for the owner of the hotel.
Oh, Mrs. Cabot.
Yes.
You're not here by any chance because of the Baltimore night, are you?
Well, yes, but that's because...
Oh, well, wonderful. I'll see you there, then.
No, I won't be at the dance. I've not been invited. You see,
But I have, and I can invite anyone I choose.
But...
Oh, you must come. I'll leave your name at the door. Kathleen Shea. Please. You've finally given me a reason to look forward to it. I'll see you tomorrow night.
Also, I spoke to Charlton Heston at the American Film Institute. He's, just a minute. Peter McDermott's office?
Is Peter in, please? It's Sharon.
One moment. Sharon?
Hi.
I thought I better check in about our date tomorrow night.
Is it that far off?
Mm-hmm. How about 8 o'clock?
How about 7:30? Oh, why waste a good half hour?
Listen, I'm considering building a fire. Want to share?
Tonight? That sounds tempting. You got a bag of marshmallows?
Well, no, but that's okay. This fire will be for inspiration.
Well, I should be finished here in about 20 minutes. Give me a chance to get home, take a shower. Okay.
We're really going to take our time on the honeymoon, aren't we, darling? We're going to sail around the world.
Can you take that much time off from work, Frank?
I've got my own business.
Right. Frank's in real estate.
You know, Ma, you smoke too much.
Will you stop nagging? I'll bet you have a couple of vices. Come on, tell the truth.
I'm just worried about your health. Ever since Dad died, you've been...
Can we not discuss that, please?
There's no reason to get so excited.
Well, then why bring it up? Look, Frank knows all about what happened after your father died. I went bonkers. Who wouldn't? 37 years old, a man drops dead making a tuna fish sandwich. What would you do?
I didn't mean to upset you.
It isn't you, Andy. I just need a little rest, maybe, Frank. I'll call you in the morning.
Sorry, Andy. She'll be okay. I'll see you tomorrow.
He doesn't understand. I knew he wouldn't. Why can't he realize what I've been through? I'm still young. I can't just curl up in a chair and stop living.
Bobby, I know what you need.
It's gonna be all right, isn't it?
Of course it is. Frank's gonna make everything better.
Your contribution makes you our single largest supporter, Harlan. We truly appreciate it.
I'm delighted to have been of some assistance.
Most of the money goes for high-protein foods. Isn't that right, Your Highness?
Yes, and for the organization that sees that it reaches the people that need it the most.
Hear, hear.
Starvation is still our #1 threat to peace in the world. And with all our technologies, it's tragic for even one child to be hungry.
Well, this hotel will always be open to your organization, Prince Eric. I hope you'll continue to make it an annual event.
Very generous.
I can't put my finger on it, Dave, but something's wrong. She seems so scattered.
Maybe she's just nervous about seeing you. Maybe it's a new boyfriend. You two get along?
I don't know him that well.
Good morning.
Come on. I'm just gonna come and get you. It's a friend of mine from law school, Dave Kendall.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
All set?
Where are we going?
Well, first to Brooks Brothers. Every future lawyer needs at least one three-piece suit. I hope I still have those traveler's checks. Oh. Andy, would you hang on to these for me, please? You're so much more responsible than I am. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Billy's going to put on 3 extra men, but that's it, except for the additional servers and the 2 men in the garage.
Peter, they told me I'd find you here.
Hi, how are you?
I'm angry as hell if you want to know the truth.
Sharon, this is Christine, my assistant.
Nice to meet you.
We spoke on the phone. I hate like the dickens to do this to you, but I have to beg off for tonight, and I just didn't want to tell you over the phone.
Why? What happened?
Business. I've got to catch a plane in about an hour. Here. It's your cufflink. I found it under the coffee table.
Thanks.
Listen, I've really got to go. Forgive me. Call you the minute I get back.
Bye.
Well, I think I'm going to get going.
Christine, you know that long red dress you used to have? The one with a big flower on it?
Yes, I do.
No point in us both missing the big bash tonight.
That sounded a little like a request for a date. But I'm not sure.
Yeah. I mean, yes, it was. What do you say we go together?
I'm sorry, I don't think so.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Dear, I'm so sorry. Oh, no harm done. Look, here. Let me help you.
Please, don't be troubling yourself. I can manage.
You're from Ireland, aren't you, dear?
Yes, I'm from County Cork.
Really? Do you know my great-grandfather came from Kildare? I think he was the first to say haste makes waste.
I'm sorry, I'll remember. It's just there's so much to do before tonight.
Ah, you have an engagement.
Yes, Mom, I do. I've been asked to go to the ball. By the prince.
About the ball. I'd like to go back and start all over again.
Peter, let me say something first, okay? I remember going to an awards show once. There were men and women there who wore little paper cards that said seat filler. The sponsors had hired them to take up empty seats so that on TV it would look like a full house. That's something I don't ever want to be. A seat filler. Not for anyone.
Well, I'm sorry it came out that way. I have difficulty sometimes separating my executive assistant from the single female. It was insensitive of me.
Yeah, it was.
Accept my apology.
Why don't you forget I'm your executive assistant and ask me again?
Harlan, you'd better get dressed. The cocktail party will be starting soon.
Well, we can be a little late. The ball won't begin till about 8 o'clock.
How are you coming along with those invitations, Kathleen?
I've done about half, ma'am. If it's all right, we'll do the rest in the morning.
Well, I'd prefer you have them completed this evening.
Oh, I'll do them early. Please, Mrs. Jenks, I need the time to get ready.
Get ready?
Yes, ma'am. I've been asked to the dance, too.
You must have made a mistake, dear. The ball is by invitation only. A very select list.
Yes, I know. But I was invited by the prince himself.
The prince? Invited you?
Yes, he was picking out flowers for Mrs. Cabot. He said he'd leave my name at the door.
Kathleen, dear, listen to me. It really would not be appropriate for you to attend. I'm sure the prince was just being polite. You know how people are when they're trying to raise money.
But
you won't know anyone there. And you won't have an escort. And furthermore, you don't have a proper dress to wear. Believe me, it's best that you stay right here and attend to your responsibilities.
I suppose you're right.
It's an excellent fit. I may have to move the center button a bit.
Turn around. I don't like the way it pulls on him. Are you sure it's the right size?
Mom, I stopped growing.
I think we need a size larger.
I really think the yoke fits quite well, madam. A few minor alterations.
What the devil is going on? Am I talking to myself? I asked you for a size larger now. Is that such an unreasonable request?
What's the matter with you?
Well, I don't like people taking advantage, that's all.
He's just trying to be helpful.
I'm sorry. Maybe I'm just a little tired.
I'll try a larger jacket.
Well, Emmett, how do I look? Got everything on straight here?
Yeah, very handsome.
Good. Well, then, shall we go? Tonight, I don't want to be late.
I must admit, your spirits have perked up considerably, Your Highness.
Have you forgotten, Emmett? San Francisco is the city of romance.
Excuse me, will you, darling? It's gotten so late. I have a terrible headache. I'll make it up to you, I promise.
Sure.
Kathleen. Oh, don't you think you'd better dress? The ball will be starting soon.
I'll not be going, Mom.
Why not?
Mrs. Jenks didn't think it would be appropriate.
Oh, she didn't she?
No, Mom. She reminded me I've not even a proper dress.
Kathleen? Emmett, would you mind going on to the reception without me? I'll catch up.
Of course. I'll see you in a bit.
Come with me.
Where are we going?
My dear, I make the rules in this hotel, and one of them is that we do not disappoint royalty.
What's wrong?
Everything.
Mom?
Mom, oh my God.
Get out of here. Get out. Get out.
champagne, or should we go next door and check out the buffet?
Later. Let's see how well your feet work first.
Why don't you just go on up and reacquaint yourself, dear? Assert yourself a little bit.
Stop nudging me, Mother. Can't you see he's busy?
Yes, His Highness and I have a smaller function in Los Angeles to go to before we go to Salt Lake City.
Why do you immediately think the worst?
For God's sakes, you screamed at me to get out. What do you think that tells me?
My doctor taught Frank to administer a shot. He was just giving me some B12, that's all.
B12 doesn't go in your arm. What was it, Frank? Heroin?
Oh, Andy, now will you stop it? You're just making a big deal out of nothing.
Nothing. My mom's hooked on dope, and you call that nothing?
Come on, kid, take it easy. Don't tell me you haven't had a lift now and then. Hmm? Little grass, hmm? Couple lines of coke.
Stop it! Stop it!
You did it. You started this. A nice rich widow just ripe for the plucking.
I'll be in the bar if you want to talk.
He's going through all your money, isn't he? A big shot for you, a little toot for himself along the way. Mom, how could you let him do this to you?
I was very depressed, Andy. When I tried it, it got me through a bad time.
What about now? You call this a good time? Oh, Mom, please. You gotta get away from Frank. You gotta stop taking this stuff. It's only gonna destroy you.
Andy, it's been 5 years since your father died. I can't face being alone again. Frank is very important to me. I depend on him.
You depend on what he gives you.
I'm sorry. You're just gonna have to understand.
It's the most beautiful dress I've ever seen.
I have an in with the lady who runs our boutique. Now, let's have a look at you. No, there's still something missing. Ah.
Oh, I couldn't possibly.
Yes, you can. I insist. You ready?
Ready.
Here we go.
Yes, the response has been wonderful. We've reached our goal.
That's great news.
I just think it's terrific what you're trying to accomplish, Your Highness. If everyone in the whole world...
Could you excuse me a minute? I was afraid you weren't coming.
So was I.
I'm really not happy about this, Mother.
Come on, you two. Don't lose your sense of romance.
And no onions on mine. Well, you never know.
Excuse me. I'm sorry to interrupt, Peter. The guy Thorson who fell down in the garage, well, he's creating quite a scene.
I'm sorry, Christine. You don't mind, do you? It won't take long. Mark, maybe you could take care of it, huh?
Of course, boss. Have a nice evening.
I'd like a glass of champagne. I only have one night without my clipboard. I intend to make the best of it.
You know, Kathleen, you've made it possible for me to continue a very old tradition.
Oh?
Yes. The prince should always be accompanied by the most desirable woman at the ball.
Thank you, Your Highness.
Kathleen, there are feelings stirring within me that I've never known. You feel them too, don't you?
Yes.
Will you dance every dance with me?
If it is your wish.
It would be bad enough if she was smoking pot, Dave. She's shooting up. God. Dave, I'm scared. She could OD. I don't know what to do.
What about the guy? Have you had it out with him?
No. Creep.
Maybe he's really not such a bad guy after all.
What?
Actually, maybe he's such a nice fellow that he'd trip all over himself to win you over. When he does.
I don't get it.
Okay, here's what you gotta do. The first thing is to get into his confidence. Once you
The young lady and His Highness seem quite taken with each other. I wasn't aware that one of your duties around here was to play fairy godmother.
And now here you have me neglecting all the other guests, and you're still being mysterious.
You should go to them.
No. I want to take my eyes from your eyes. But you talked of nothing else but me and my work and my homeland. Who are you, Kathleen? I want to know everything about you.
Later. Dance with me now?
I just want to apologize, Frank. I lost my head. You know, being my mother and all.
I understand, kid. It's okay.
Maybe we should get together tomorrow, talk it over. Just the two of us?
All right. Tomorrow morning around 10, Barbara's going out.
Great. I'll see you at 10.
I'm studying here. I'm an exchange student from the University of Dublin.
You have the most beautiful mouth I've ever seen.
You're not listening.
Oh, yes, I am. I'm listening to my heart. How I felt when I held you in my arms on the dance floor.
But you don't know anything about me.
I feel as though I've known you for a lifetime. I know I fell in love with you the moment I saw you. Do you feel it too?
I do. But you see...
I want the morning to come when I can wake and find you lying beside me.
go.
You can't, not now. We just...
It could never be. Your world is so far away.
Kathleen.
You're leaving tomorrow, and I have obligations here.
But how will I find you? I don't even know what room
Please don't try to find me. I shall never forget this night.
Wait.
Speech, Your Highness.
Speech, Your Highness. Speech.
She's late, isn't she? Dave warned me that timing is everything.
You're on, Megan.
Hi, I'm Megan Kendall, Dave's wife.
Oh, yes, Andy's friend from law school.
Right. Andy's told us so much about you. I'm on a break. Would you care to join me for some coffee? I can give you the whole awful truth about law school.
Sure, why not?
Okay.
I'm sorry, Your Highness. There's no Kathleen Shane registered. Perhaps it would be best if you forget about the young lady. I mean, we've got a plane to catch. Obligations that require your complete attention.
We'll be leaving soon, Kathleen. You better start the packing.
Yes, ma'am. Right away.
Your mother was a wreck when I met her. Believe me, she was heading for a nervous breakdown. Maybe the coke wasn't the answer, but it got her through it.
Yeah, I figured that was the reason. God, I thought it was heroin.
No.
Listen, about those pills you offered. I didn't want to take you up on it with Mom around, but...
So, not as clean as your mom thinks.
Yeah. Well, I've tried some grass and some coke a couple of times. And I realized after I got so angry with you last night, what a hypocrite I was being.
That's okay, forget it.
I am sorry we got off on the wrong foot. I want to be your friend.
Good. I do too, Andy.
There's just one thing I don't get. Why is she shooting it? Does it work better that way?
Right. It's also easier on your nose.
Wow. Bet you that really blows your head off.
When it's good.
I don't suppose, No. If Mom found out, she'd kill me.
What? You want to do a few lines?
Well, I was sort of wondering if, you know, you'd show me what it's like the other way.
Am I really as light on my feet as I think I am?
Let's just say you gave Fred Astaire a run for his money.
It was fun last night, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Maybe we should take a break from business a little more often.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Peter. Your Highness, I'm sorry to see you go. The fundraiser was a big success, wasn't it?
Yes. Yes, the business did go well.
Excuse me, Your Highness. I'll see the luggage to the limousine. Goodbye, Mr. McDermott.
Mr. Saunders?
Thank you, Emmy.
Why so glum, Your Highness? Something wrong?
Peter, I met a young lady last night. A young lady that I'll likely never see again, I fear. I don't even know where to look for her. the only evidence I have that she even exists.
Well, Your Highness, I leave the detective work to Billy Griffin. But if you're looking for a lead, I'm almost sure this belongs to Mrs. Cabot.
Wonderful. Emmett, hold the limousine.
Have a seat. This won't take long.
You won't ever tell my mom about this, will you, Frank?
This is just between you and me, kid.
Well, I've enjoyed our talk, Mrs. Kendall, but I really must go. I have a million things to do.
Oh, please don't go just yet. I'd like to hear all about
Mrs.
it.
Harrington, I'm looking all over for you. I don't mean to alarm you, but a chambermaid heard someone groaning inside your suite, and I...
Doing?
Come on, the kid just wanted to try it.
And you couldn't wait to get him hooked, too, could you? You scum! Get out of here, Frank. Just get out of here! Go on, get out!
Mr. and Mrs. Jenks.
Highness.
Sorry to disturb you. May I speak to Kathleen Shea, please?
But she isn't here. I really don't know where she is.
She went to mail some letters, Your Highness. You might find her in the arcade.
Thank you.
Packed up all your mom's things.
Dave, I can't thank you enough.
We're giving Frank's address to the police. I'm sure they'll find him.
I hope so.
How is she?
Scared. I think she realizes that she isn't going to kick this overnight. But at least she's willing to let me check her into a hospital. She's waiting out in a cab. I guess I better go.
Call us if we can do anything.
I will. Bye. Bye. Let's go.
Kathleen! I was afraid I wouldn't find you. I'm not leaving without you.
But Your Highness...
Please call me Eric. I don't feel very much like a highness right now. Come with me.
Where?
On the rest of my tour, we'll see the world.
But...
Well, Kathleen, look, I know everything. I know you work for the Jenks and that you don't...
They've been so good to me. They've arranged for my education. They've given me a place to stay.
Then marry me. Not right now. You know that in my country they insist on at least a year's engagement. By then you'll love me as much as I love you. And my people are already clamoring for an heir.
I do love you. I do.
Then say yes.
I'm not quite sure.
Follow your heart, my dear.
Oh, Mrs. Cabot, I forgot to give this to you. There's so much to thank you for.
Please keep it, Kathleen. And I hope it always reminds you of your love for one another.
I always get a warm feeling when I see romance blossoming at the St. Gregory.
So do I. As long as it only happens to the paying guests.
Bombay Suite.
Yes, Mr. Huff, I have a few messages for you.
Good. Where may one get some cigars?
There's a smoke shop right in the arcade.
Thank you. You go upstairs, darling. I'll fetch my cigars and be right along. Excuse me, though.
Yes, well, you did very good.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Riley.
Yes, well, you happy, Judy?
It's a St. Gregory. It's lovely, Uncle Joe.
Yeah, well, maybe a few more flowers. What do you think, Miss Francis?
Easy enough to do.
Yeah, well, now, I don't want to overdo it, you know. It gets too ditzy, you know. Boys don't like ditzy, you know what I mean?
Well, I'll pick the most masculine flowers we have.
Ah, that's a very special occasion, you know. It's not every day a boy has his bar mitzvah.
Thank goodness.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Morning. Hello. I'm afraid I don't have a reservation. The name is Whitfield. I'm a friend of the family. I'm sorry, Miss Whitfield. We're booked solid. Oh. Can't you break out one of those empty rooms you save for visiting dignitaries? I'm really not authorized. I understand. How can I get a hold of Mrs. Cabot? Just use any house phone. Thank you.
It's wonderful seeing you again, Brooke.
Me too. Sorry to crash in on you like this.
Where have you been?
With a rock band. Lead guitar, to be exact. Then he took the waters in Tahoe, and I took the bus.
You know, it seems only a month ago I was going to fly east for your wedding.
Yes, one of Daddy's mergers. DU Whitfield Industries take Unified Aluminum to be your lawful wedded antitrust conglomerate.
E.G. was not happy about you leaving Unified Aluminum at the altar. Look, you're going to have to call him.
Oh.
I am not about to endure the wrath of your father.
You know, depending on your net worth, Daddy might ask me to marry you.
Christine, I was looking for you.
I've been very busy.
I'm here for a week. Tonight, tomorrow, they gotta let you off sometime.
Mr. Rogers, I am an employee of this hotel, and you are a guest here.
For you, I'd move across the street.
More importantly, you wouldn't want me to be unfaithful to my fiancé, now would you?
Who's the...
Mr. Rogers, this is Mr. Danning.
How do you do?
The
I'm
man I am going to marry.
You're one lucky guy, Danny. Yes, I guess I am. I guess I am.
Well,
Yes, I am. Thank you. Bye. Yeah.
Thank you, thank you.
What was that all about?
Thank God you came.
Sweetheart, do I owe you a ring?
well, 3 carats would be nice.
I'll be at the cashier's office.
Sure, I'll see you later.
What happened? Who was it?
It's bugging me.
Dad, if you're just going to scream, I'm going to hang up. Besides, I don't think you want to stiff Mrs. Cabot for this lovely room.
Not a word for 2 months, then you call up out of the blue for money.
Well, you see, it's really very simple. If you'll just sell one of your little companies and give me a small trust, I won't have to bug you with these things.
I don't know what to tell you anymore.
How about you love me? You love me enough to let me lead my own life. And you'll wire the money today. Do I hear a purse string loosening?
You'll get the money tonight.
Love makes the world go round. Bye, Dad.
What's the matter? You're not having fun at your own bar mitzvah?
I'm tired.
13 and you're... No, please, don't get up. I don't want you to exhaust yourself. I was very proud of you today. You know, you kept up a tradition. That's important. Lots of places in this world where you couldn't do that.
I know, Uncle Joe. You told me you didn't have a bar mitzvah.
No, that's right. But you did. Now, I have a little token of remembrance for you.
Thanks, Uncle Joe.
Now, never mind how much it is. You can tally the loot later. Remember, spend it wisely and always give something to those who are less fortunate than you are. Be good to Mom and Dad, and especially to Uncle Joe. And remember, even though you became a man today, you'll never become too old to kiss the people who love you. No. Peter, glad you could come.
I wanted to offer my congratulations. Mazel tov.
Yeah, well, very happy occasion.
You're looking lovely, Mrs. Friley.
Thank you, Peter. Are you too busy to take me around the dance floor?
No, I think I can manage that.
Yeah, well, you two kids run along. I'll get some fresh air. And not too cuddly. You know how the relatives love to talk.
It sounds like a lot of fun, but I'm off to Hawaii this time. I have lots of friends there.
Maybe I can help change your mind.
Well, maybe, but I seriously doubt it. Tiffany, what are you doing here?
It's Tillery, Miss Whitfield.
Larry, I'd like you to meet Tiffany.
Nice to meet you. How do you do?
Are you still working for Daddy?
That's why I'm here.
Ah, wise man came out of the East bearing gifts of frankincense and traveler's checks.
Actually, I came out of the West, L.A. to be exact, to bear you home.
What are you talking about?
Your father requests the pleasure of your company at breakfast tomorrow in New York.
Larry, will you excuse me? I'm about to throw the bar at this fellow, and I hate to ruin the wonderful impression that I've made.
You need anything, you just holler. Don't forget the bash tomorrow night. If you decide to pass on breakfast with Tiffany. Nice meeting you.
Don't get comfortable.
I have an order to get you on a plane tonight or turn in my briefcase.
Do you have handcuffs?
Now, let's be reasonable. You have no money. Your father, on the other hand, has a net worth of $200 million, give or take.
Mostly take.
It seems to me if you would just give a little, to your father, I mean, he would be very generous, and you'd both be happier.
They must have cloned you from my father.
fall.
Whitfield will be checking out, and could you arrange a limo for the airport?
Oh, I'm sorry, haven't you heard? The airport shut down, and it probably won't open until tomorrow.
Shut down? I just flew in an hour ago.
A big fog rolled in. As you can see, we're in a heck of a mess with all the arrivals and departures.
Well, can you fix me up with a room?
We're jammed. And I'm sorry to say, all the hotels on the hill are having the same problem. Gee whiz, Tiffany, looks like you're stuck out in the fog with no place to sleep tonight. What are you doing?
Going to bed.
This is my bed. That is your couch.
I can't. I have a bad back.
Try the floor. They say it's very good for that sort of thing. You travel a little light, don't you? You get those shorts on Valentine's Day?
Sorry, I never got into pajamas. I'll try to stay covered.
Just try to stay on your side of the bed.
You're strictly business.
What's to keep me from sneaking away?
Money.
You know, you're exactly like my father. You think that money is the answer to everything.
It becomes less of an inconvenience when you earn a little. You ought to try it sometime.
The Kellens left. They wanted to say goodbye.
I'm sorry.
Barely threw up all over himself. He's drinking wine.
He's a man now. I never had a bar mitzvah.
Yes, darling, I know. So, he became a man anyway.
There are still societies where the young are not thought to be men until after they have killed a wild beast.
You want to kill something? Let's go kill off some of that chopped liver.
Remember this. No matter what happens, I love you very much.
Brooke, is that you? Where the hell are you?
I'm in bed, Dad. Where the hell do you think I am?
Where's Tillery?
Hold on. Telephone.
Yeah. Tillery? Are you in bed with my daughter?
E.G.,
No. I just came in the door. We had a problem at the airport. It's fogged in. We're hoping to get out later today.
Well, listen, as long as you're stuck there, why don't you catch Reynolds for lunch? Put a little squeeze on him.
Good idea.
Put my daughter back on.
Ah. She just went in the shower.
Is that the St. Gregory or a dormitory?
You told me to stay close, C.G.
Just get on that plane today. But don't forget Reynolds.
Joe? I didn't know you were into Telzor.
Jim, huh? A few thousand shares. I thought I deserved at least a prune Danish.
Well, this is just a little breakfast. Chance for the board members to put the pressure on the heavy hitters, you know, for tomorrow's vote.
We don't have these problems in real estate. You buy a building, you sell a building.
Let me get you some coffee.
Please. Spengler. How are you?
You are addressing me, sir?
Excuse me. For a moment, I thought you were someone I knew a long way back.
Really? Where was that?
Österreich. Königsberg. Nigh on the Grenze.
I have never been there. No, I passed through there once on my way to a Russian prison camp.
My name is Joe Freilich. Mr. Huff. Yes, well, you were very lucky. Not many Germans survived the Russian camps.
I suppose my ability with electronics made me more valuable alive than dead.
Survival is often a matter of will, as well as luck, wouldn't you say?
One sets goals. One must live to attain them.
I myself found retribution to be a worthwhile goal. Something to survive for.
Hello.
Where have you been?
Shopping, obviously. Don't just stand there, silly. Grab something.
How about your throat? Why'd you sneak off without telling me?
Because you were in the shower and I needed something to wear to the party.
What party? We're booked on a 4 o'clock flight.
Well, we may be booked, but if you knew enough to come out of the shower, you'd realize it's still very foggy in old Frisco town.
Look, I have a very important business lunch.
And you want me to come along?
No, I don't. But you can't be trusted.
Are you firing me?
I'll tell him you're my assistant.
Oh, come on. Don't be so chauvinistic. Say that I'm your partner.
This is very important to your father. And me.
Well, I certainly wouldn't want to get in the way of Daddy making another billion, would I?
You wanted to see me?
Yeah.
I'm fine.
How are you?
Terrific, thanks. How are you?
Me? Oh, I'm fine. What's anything new?
No. Anything new with you?
What could be new with me? I pretty much go my way by myself.
Would you like to talk about it over dinner?
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's not such a good idea for us to set an example.
Have we been setting an example?
You know, employees socializing.
Oh. Well, maybe we could ask Mark if he'd like to come along and chaperone.
Mark? Why not?
Well, I'll see if he's available.
Brooke is a financial whiz. The way she can go through figures. Even E.G. is amazed.
The really amazing thing is that old Whitfield's finally moving into the 20th century. I remember a time when the only way a woman could get into the executive suite is to have a typewriter or a great pair of... Excuse me.
You were saying, Alan, about the company.
Well, I'm not going to lie to you, Bill. I want the company. I just don't have the cash flow right now.
Simple. Let E.G. buy it for you.
Sweetheart, E.G. is selling. Alan is buying.
Honey, I'm with you.
Alan is short of cash.
Yes, I know. He needs a partner with money, E.G. They can form a short-term limited partnership. They buy the company. By the way, the computer division is a liability. You sell that off. Then you can pay back your partner. With a 30% projected growth rate, you can acquire a new partner, the bank. Then you can buy off E.G.
I love it. You think E.G. will go for that?
Well, he does need a tax shelter. I think he'll leap at the chance.
I have to make a call. Don't wait for me. Eat before it gets cold.
You were just supposed to sit and be good.
I thought I was very good. I think Reynolds thought so, too.
Your father's going to transfer me to Outer Mongolia.
Yes, probably. But by that time, he'll realize that it works, and so would you if you weren't so hung up.
You know, I'm getting a little sick of babysitting a spoiled brat.
Men get so mad when you have to change places with women.
I didn't work my way through Harvard Business School to clean up after you.
Why don't you clean up after yourself?
Calling the office all day.
I saw Spengler at the hotel.
What Spengler?
Yes. Him. The butcher.
Are you sure?
No. Could I ever forget that face? Those eyes, those cruel, unforgiving eyes that never even blinked when he sent so many thousands to the ass chambers.
Call the authorities.
What could they do after all these years?
You're thinking something. Forget it, Joe. Let him live with his conscience.
What conscience? You want to forget? Tell Mom and Papa to forget. Wherever they dumped their ashes. Tell your cousin Mike to forget. Tell him to forget his 2 legs that he no longer has because of the experiments. And you, Lily, you want to forget? You want to forget the children we've never had? Because they stripped you of your womanhood?
If you kill this Spengler, they will put you back in a cell. Another concentration camp. For the rest of your life.
Maybe. Lily. It's time for my bar mitzvah. It's time to become a man.
Yes?
Oh, this is Mr. Huff's suite.
Well, he's not here at the moment. Did you have an appointment?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Well, if you'd like to wait, I expect him back any moment. May I get you a drink, Mr.
Joseph Freilich. No, thank you. I'm fine.
Please, sit down. You're from Buenos Aires.
No. Why do you ask?
Well, I don't mean to be nosy. I just noticed your accent, and Alex has so many friends from South America.
Oh, really? No, I am from Austria originally. Mr. Huff and I knew each other in the old country.
Where are we going?
We aren't going anywhere.
I don't want to be the heavy. Now, look. I'm kind of caught in the middle.
I've been caught in the middle all my life. Between my dad's image of me and what I want to do.
What is it you want to do?
What I want to do is be left alone to lead my own life. What's wrong with that?
I wouldn't think anyone with a mouth as big as yours could be stopped from doing anything.
It has nothing to do with mouths. It has to do with carrots.
Carrots?
Yes, dangling them in front of you. Success, wealth, failure, security. Come on. I could never compete in my father's world.
You did all right downstairs with Reynolds.
Tillery, E.G. would have closed that deal by throwing in his daughter as a perk. Sorry about the béarnaise sauce.
It's all right. I'll put it on my expense account. Yes?
Mr. Tillery, this is the desk. You asked that we let you know when the fog cleared. If you like, we can confirm your flight.
Oh, too bad. Well, keep me posted. Looks like we're hung in for another night.
Oh. Are you sure I can't get you anything? Oh, there you are, darling. Mr. Freilich has just stopped by.
So I see. To what do I owe the pleasure, Mr. Freilich?
Could we confer privately?
You'll excuse me then.
No, stay. I have no secrets from my wife. State your business. I asked for you to state your business, sir.
I have no business.
Why did you let the Jew in?
Well, he seems so nice.
They can't be trusted. I wish you could learn that.
Mark. Hi. I think we should talk.
Something wrong?
Well, touchy might be a better word.
Well, can we discuss it over dinner, or would you rather not talk about it with Christine?
Christine?
Chinatown tonight?
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Oh, would you prefer Italian instead?
No, I gotta be down to the bar, so, call me later. Sure. Hey, Joe. I didn't think you were into the hard stuff. No way to treat an ulcer.
There are times when one has to ignore such trivial things.
This one of those times? Lily called me. She's worried about what you have in mind.
That I might kill the butcher. A man who murdered thousands. And they were the lucky ones.
You're absolutely positive?
It's a face that I see in my nightmares.
We can get to the authorities.
40 years and this man still walks free. Do you think he has nightmares? Do you think he cares? Does anyone care?
Well, you can't kill him.
Oh, you're right. I don't have the courage to act on my instincts.
Your instincts are good or you wouldn't be here.
I survived, yes. For what? To face this man, to look into his eyes, have him smirk and think, you are nothing. You are just the Jew. It's hard to kill. It's easy to die. 6 million of us proved it.
Glad you could make it.
Oh, thank you. I try never to miss a party.
You and your friend got something going?
Well, we're sleeping together, but it's nothing serious.
The invitation still stands if you want to hit Vegas with me. We're going to take off around midnight.
What about the fog?
What fog? That cleared up hours ago.
You did?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got the green light late this afternoon.
Would you excuse me for just a moment? Thank you. Hi there. No. It's way past our bedtime, and he gets so cranky when he doesn't get his 8 hours of sleep. And we really don't want to miss the 11 o'clock weather report. Now, do we? Come on, we've had enough fun now. Say goodbye to the girls. We're going. Bye.
Girls.
I don't understand why you didn't tell me.
I don't understand why you care. I had second thoughts.
What kind of thoughts?
I have no right to do this. E.G. has no right. You're a grown woman.
When did you notice? I don't know why we try so hard to dislike each other.
I don't dislike you. I just get angry with you.
Yes, I have a tendency to bring that out in people.
You've got a terrible chip on your shoulder.
Well, I've been waiting for somebody special to come along and knock it off.
You've got to let him get close enough.
Then why are you standing way over there? You don't think I'm being pushy. But I really do prefer your side of the bed. Oh, Bill.
Room service, right on time, damn it.
Arnie, what's with your phone? And where's my E.G. Brooke, what the hell are you doing in his bed?
This is my bed.
E.G., it's very simple. I want to marry your daughter.
You do? Then why are you asking him?
You want to marry my daughter? Yeah. Well, I suppose she could do worse.
She has.
You've got a pretty good future with Whitfield Industries. Maybe we could move you up a little faster.
Now, just a minute, Dad. This is not one of your damn mergers. Nobody's asked me if I want to marry him. I don't.
I haven't got time for this. Reynolds is going to meet me up in my suite in 20 minutes to discuss that deal you concocted. Now, you get dressed and be there.
Getting a little worried about Peter. He's been acting pretty strange lately.
Yeah, I noticed. Do you think
It's a woman, naturally.
Yeah.
I think he wants to talk about it, but, well, you know how guys can get kind of hung up on this kind of thing.
And you think I should be the one to bring it up?
Well, he's dying to confide in someone. It seems that you're the one. Hi.
Hi.
I gotta run. Bye.
Bye. Christine.
Yeah.
This may not be the moment.
You're probably right.
But,
Listen, kids, we pull off this sale and I'll throw you the biggest wedding Long Island ever saw. Now, don't you go running off on me. A big wedding is good for business.
Sir, it's fine for you to manipulate Brooke with your money, but when I get married, it will be when, where, and how I want.
It won't be to me.
Afraid to jeopardize your precious inheritance? Well, I don't sell out that cheap.
You have nothing to lose.
E.g., in case you haven't noticed, the romance is over.
Romance? You're strictly a paid escort.
Not anymore. I quit.
Hillary, you blow this deal and you're through.
Oh, let him go, Daddy. He's only good in the fog.
Oh, yeah? Well, the truth is, you only looked good because it was overcast.
Hello there.
hello.
Oh, Reynolds, come in. Sit down.
Anything wrong?
No. You know Brooke, don't you?
How could I forget? The lady that proposed the deal.
What are you talking about?
Yesterday at lunch, it was all her idea on how to swing this sale. As a matter of fact, E.G., I'm going to be very straight with you. I want her thrown in as part of the package.
You want to marry my daughter?
What?
We didn't mention that, Daddy.
I wanted her to head up one of my divisions. But under the circumstances, I'll understand if that's not negotiable.
I don't know. Not a bad idea for somebody to watch the store till I get my loan back.
Very good collateral, E.G. What do you say, darling?
Darling?
Good day, ladies and gentlemen, members of Telzo Industries and friends. As chairman of Telzo Industries, I can assure you that the growth projections for our company are, to say the least, conservative. Taking into account the startling proliferation of new techniques for our company...
No one move. Spengler, I have a speech for you to give. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce SS Sturmbannführer Werner Spengler, Pride of the SS. Read. Read.
These are all lies.
Read, or I kill you on the spot.
My dear stockholders, I thought it only...
Louder!
I thought it only fitting that if I am to be your leader, you should know something of my past work history. This is absurd.
Go on.
My true name is Spengler. Werner R. Spengler, third in command of the extermination camp at Treblinka. None of this is true. You are insane.
Read.
My primary function was the systematic disposal of thousands of unfortunates shipped to me from the far corners of the Reich. Please, none of this is true.
Please, go on.
This extermination was not an easy task. The ovens had to run day and night, but I was very conscientious in my work. When my men and I grew bored of the murdering, I cannot say this.
You did it. Say it. Go on. You and your men engaged in. Say it.
Torture.
And
unnecessary experiments.
How do you plead to this, Spengler?
I am innocent. I did none of these things. You made me say it.
The chair. Move it. Move it! Sit. Sit. I sentence you to die.
Please.
Joe, don't do it. You'll be the loser.
What more can I lose?
Joe, as your friend, I'm asking you not to do this. What about Lily?
I'm a merciful man. There are 6 bullets in this gun. 1 for every million you and your kind killed.
I'm innocent.
The truth.
Please.
The truth. And you can live with yourself.
Yes, all right, I did it all. Please.
I told you, I don't have the courage to kill.
You have the courage not to.
Tiffany, aren't you going to say goodbye to an old roommate?
Goodbye.
Kev, I just got an offer I can't refuse. Reynolds wants me to work for him. Of course, he and Dad proposed as well.
Sounds irresistible. I'd hold out for a big year-end bonus. You have expensive tastes.
Bill, please. We've been so concerned with the forecast, you didn't see the real news. I love you.
Is it a job offer?
Full time.
What's your proposition?
Why don't we go up to my office and discuss it?
Mr. Huff,
Frank Lowry, Department of Justice. We'd like a word with you.
You feel like talking now?
Sure, we might as well.
Good. I've been thinking, you know, a company should never tell an employee how to live her or his life.
Are they?
Now, I love the St. Gregory. But it shouldn't come between one and the person one cares about.
Peter, I didn't even realize that you were seeing someone.
I'm not.
You're not?
No, I'm talking about you and Peter.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Can I speak with you for a second?
Sure.
I was just wondering if I could cut out of here a little earlier tonight.
Heavy evening?
She lives in Berkeley.
Oh.
Peter?
Oh, yeah, sure, go ahead.
Thanks.
You were about to say?
Well, I say, you've been working too hard. And I'm buying dinner tonight.
What's the boss gonna say?
Oh, I can't chaperone the whole staff.
Gerwin. This is a very special weekend we're on here, son. You might call it a rite of passage.
Dad. Mr. Gerwin, I have the Venice suite for you and your son.
Great sweat. All right, thank you.
Mr. Elwood.
Sam, please. Thank you very much, Miss Francis.
Christine.
Christine?
Oh, Act 3 already.
Oh, yeah. Lady Cosgrove tries to kill her husband's blackmailer. And the girl who murdered the dog catcher.
Oh, okay, don't tell me. I'm coming to opening night, and I want to be surprised.
Oh, well, it's really coming. I wish I had time. Well, I gotta get running because Miss Halverson believes tardiness is the crime of the century. So, thank you.
Bye-bye.
A convention of romance novels? I bet they want to plaster the ballroom with hearts and flowers.
How'd you guess?
What have you been reading that trash? Come on.
I've been doing my homework. Already halfway through Passion's Burning Ecstasy. What's the matter? You haven't read it yet? It's this month's bestseller, right behind Fortune's Fiery Flame.
You got your own little fortune, Mark. You remember that bracelet you dropped off at Lost and Found? The one you found outside the bar?
Right. Oh, right!
Well, 90 days are up. The police sent it back. It's yours.
No.
Don't think rhinestones are for you.
There you are, amigo. Thank you. Want a beer, Ronnie?
No, thanks.
Your old man's thirsty. I'm gonna have a beer. You have to beer with me for a minute. You like that one?
Dad, listen, maybe we should have waited, huh? I've got those English lit tests next week.
Now, hey, if your old man can take time off from work, so can you now. We're gonna have a great time, son. Great time. Hey, where are you going?
I thought I'd unpack and take a walk down to the wharf.
Well, now, that's not why we came here, son.
Look, Dad, I don't know why I'm doing this.
Well, you're doing it because you said you would. Now, we both know it's what you want, Ronnie.
Sure. Let me get changed.
Great.
I'm late. Lompoc died from neglect. Ringworm.
Since I'm just a fellow salesperson, I suppose I have no right to complain.
Then don't.
Excuse me?
I said, don't you look lovely this morning?
Just because Madame Larice is away doesn't mean we have to be late.
I picked up some coffee and a strudel if you haven't had breakfast yet.
Oh, my soft spot. The strudel. Thank you. Are you still taking that correspondence course?
Oh, yeah, it's very interesting.
What are you studying, anyway?
Computers.
Repairing alarm clocks might be more worthwhile.
Excuse me, do you have anything in pigskin?
You're looking at her.
How many years did you work for us, Pete? Was it 2 or 3?
Try 4.
4 years. Would you believe that, Ron? He could have been one of the best forklift operators in the state. But you're doing okay for yourself now, Pete. That's what counts.
You're not doing too bad either.
Well, Kerwin Trucking's become the biggest operation in the West.
Dad won't be happy until it's the biggest in the country.
You see these hands? My dad had worse calluses than those. He worked 15 hours a day lifting freight. Everything I learned from my dad, and I never found anything he taught me to be wrong.
So, what are you planning for the weekend?
Well, Ron here has finally found something to replace English Lit.
Dad, I don't think Mr. McDermott's interested.
You remember what it was like when you were 16, huh?
I sure do. I've been trying to forget ever since.
Siamese first. Make it nice and legal.
Okay, boss. No, I'm still surprised nobody claimed it. You sure the police said it was okay?
It's yours, all right.
How about that?
Setting looks real. Should be worth a couple dollars. 100, 150.
Yeah? No kidding.
Mark, just remember, it's tacky to wear diamonds before you're 40.
I like the way he writes. Listen to this. Though we started corresponding because of our hobby, after months of exchanging letters, I'd very much like to have dinner with you. Do you think that sounds too forward?
Karen, he's only asking for a date.
I haven't gone out much since I got divorced.
He was that bad.
Didn't Mae West say, there are only 2 good men, one dead, the other unborn?
Karen, it's good to see you laugh. This could be the opportunity to change your luck.
Oh, we're just pen pals. What if he turns out to be...
What? Old enough to be your father?
Young enough to get me arrested.
Oh.
Hello? Oh, Mr. Kerwin, what a pleasant surprise.
Well, I've been thinking about you, Claire.
Have you now?
I don't get down this way quite as often as I used to. Been a little while now, hasn't it?
Well, I can always find time for you in my schedule, Ed.
Whew, that'd be nice. But, I brought my kid with me.
Oh, father-son weekend. That's great. Seems just like yesterday you put a strand of pearls around my neck and told me what a proud papa you were.
Well, I still am. And that's kind of why I'm calling you. See, I've got this little problem. Well, actually, Ron has this problem. And I was kind of hoping you could help him out. Ronnie? Well, you're not interviewing for Harvard until next year, so I think this tie is going to have to go. Let's loosen up here a little bit, huh?
Dad, this isn't my idea of a holiday, you know?
Nothing to worry about, son. Woman's got more moves than Dr. J.
I just don't like being forced into this.
Well, nobody's forcing you.
Then why am I going?
Because you want to.
God, it's real hard to talk to you sometimes, Dad.
Plenty of time to talk later. Now, look, it's just like buying a car. You spend a little money for the best, but you get the smoothest ride in town. You'll feel better soon.
You're right. I'll feel better.
That's right.
You know, I like this. Do you have this in yellow? The cashmere? Let me just check.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I was lost in thought.
Lost in thought? You're a total stranger there. Look, miss, I'd rather come back when you're not quite so, busy. No, please. You did that deliberately.
That was an accident. Okay, look, I'll pay for the dress, okay?
Why? So you can rip it again?
Look, Miss Halverston, can't we be a little more civilized with each other? Give me half a chance. I might even grow on you.
Like a wart. Look, miss, some other time, all right? Here. Oh, look what you've just done. You lost me that sale.
No matter how hard I try, that woman's never gonna like me.
Don't be so pessimistic. Karen's just had, well, a few bad experiences with men, that's all.
So what? Better get a pen pal. Work out her hostilities in the mail.
Pen pal?
Yeah. I've had one for months. She's a mystery buff. She's really helped me a lot on my new play.
Have you met her yet?
Don't even know her name. But she calls me Sherlock Holmes, and she signs her letters Dr. Watson. I wrote her a letter and asked her out to dinner. What's the worst that could happen?
She can turn out to be old enough to be your mother?
Maybe when you're a father, you'll understand, Pete. 16 years old, it's just not normal.
Why is it not normal? Because he's not doing things the way you did?
At his age, I knew the score already.
What score is that?
Girls, what else?
This isn't a girl you sent him to. She's a hooker.
What's wrong with hookers, huh? Pete, I'll tell you, when his mother died, I thought we'd be a lot closer. We need each other. I guess it just didn't turn out that way.
Pushing him into sex, is that how you bring him closer?
I'm not pushing him. Ronnie's gone along with me on this all the way, Pete. He knows I'm just trying to help him the way my dad helped me.
Dad, how do you know he's inexperienced? Did he tell you?
He never tells me anything anymore. It scares me sometimes. He's so timid.
Well, I think you're getting yourself worked up over nothing.
If your son was turning into some limp wrist, you wouldn't say it was nothing.
For God's sake, Ed, what gives you the right to label a boy like that?
Every right in the world. I'm his father, and I love him.
Ron?
Yes.
Well, you're even handsomer than I imagined. I'm Claire. Come in. I want you to feel right at home.
Oh, thank you, Claire.
Why don't you sit over there? We won't tell your father I plied you with liquor. In fact, we won't tell him anything.
Excuse me.
You really don't look like him, do you?
My dad, you know him?
I looked after a couple of business acquaintances of his. He's a nice man, your father.
He didn't tell me you'd met or anything.
We're just friends. Now, why don't you take your jacket off and relax? Hmm? You're not nervous, are you?
Oh, nothing to fear but fear itself, right?
Everybody goes through that. You won't hold it against me if I tell you you have a beautiful body, will you?
What did you mean, just friends?
Don't talk. You like me, don't you?
Like my father liked you? As a friend? I'm sorry, Miss Thompson. This, it really isn't such a good idea.
Ron, we're having such a good time.
It's nothing personal. I'm just not in the mood for sex with my father's old girlfriend.
Nothing has to happen. We can just sit and talk if you'd like.
About
please.
what, huh? Dear old Dad? No, thank you.
Ron? The first time for me, my dad took me to see this Italian girl. Angelina. She couldn't speak any English, but she was real classy, like this Contessa. She'd play these Mario Lanza records while we were making love. Oh, I sure do remember sweet Angelina from Salinas. They tell me Claire's a real classy lady, too.
Oh, they tell you that, do they?
Yeah, I can arrange for you to see her again. Would you like that, son?
No, thanks, Dad.
Well, is something the matter?
No, she's a classy lady, like you said. She's everything you said she was.
Well, didn't you have a good time, son?
Yeah, I had a great time, Dad. Real good time, Dad.
Then, everything's okay.
Yeah, everything's okay.
What's the matter, Ron?
Nothing is the matter. Just leave me alone.
After we had lunch, I said to myself, Christine's right. What am I so afraid of? It's only a date. So, I accepted his invitation. Already? I even went to the post office to hand deliver my letter. And look what I found in my P.O. box this morning.
Doesn't your pen pal write to you at home?
Oh, no. I never give my address out to a stranger. I write him in care of a magazine. That's how it got started.
The St. Gregory? Tonight?
I am going to wear a dress that will make me is woman of mystery.
Maybe some things are better left a mystery.
I thought you said this was the solution.
I just don't want the final chapter to be a disappointment, that's all.
Oh, Christine, this is not the final chapter. It's the first. Oh, I feel like my whole life up until now has just been a preface. Well, here goes my whole month's budget. You know, even Sherlock Holmes fell in love once. What do you think? Will lightning strike twice for Sherlock?
Lightning and thunder.
Eggs Benedict too rich for you?
I guess I'm just not hungry.
Yeah, me neither. I guess we both need a lot more exercise.
Between the sheets? Isn't that what you mean?
Look, Ron, why don't you just come right out with it and tell me what it is that's bothering you?
You're a classy lady. I didn't sleep with her.
Were you scared? Is that it?
Dad, what makes you think I'm scared? Are you so sure I'm virgin?
I'm not sure of anything anymore. But getting you to open up to me is like pulling teeth.
Was that all my fault? When did you ever have more than 2 minutes for me?
What are you talking about?
You're always at the warehouse, the office, or on the road. If I even want to talk to you, I've got to compete with the phone, the bank, and your driver.
A man has to do his work. My dad taught me that. You'd understand if you just...
If I drove trucks like you did? Or if I lifted crates like you did?
I never said that. You're going to Harvard next year. I'm very proud of you.
You are?
Of course I am.
Dad, we need real time together.
You never said that to me before. I see you always got your nose pasted in some book. You have about as much time for me as you do for going out with girls.
Hey, go out. Carolyn and I have...
Carolyn Shaw is somebody you've known since you've been in diapers. Friends are fine, but girlfriends are a lot better. I just don't want you to be scared of life, afraid of things that you haven't tried. Does that make me such a bad father?
Hey, Mark, what's the matter?
You all right? Yeah.
Really? Yours?
You know, Mark, they look real. They are. It's worth a fortune.
For a man like you to have a kid with soft hands, that's charming.
Charming. Soft hand, you make him sound like some kind of a mama's boy.
No, just a young man.
Probably best my dad never lived to see him grow up. Most likely would have taken a belt to him.
Like he did to you?
Claire. You really are one hell of a woman.
Thanks for putting it that way. I don't have many years left in this business.
The hell you don't. You're the best.
Oh? I thought the best was Angelina's from Salinas with her Mary Alonzo records.
Did I tell you that?
You told me a lot of things.
You remember.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Angelina was gentle. Salinas was beautiful. Mario Alonzo was passionate. And I was terrified.
Oh, you never told me that. You and Ron both.
Maybe, but Ron is the kind of boy...
Ron needs somebody a little younger. Hmm?
Do you have somebody in mind?
Maybe. Oh. Hello, Tina. It's Claire. Hi. Look, do you have anything planned for tonight? No, no one special. Just the heir to a trucking empire.
Uh-huh. He'll be at the St. Gregory tonight. Cavalier Bar.
Come, Watson. The game's afoot.
Pretty dress.
You really like it?
Yeah. Look, I'd like to get off early tonight. That's okay with you?
Sorry. I have an important engagement tonight. I need you to close up. After yesterday, it's the least you can do.
Come on, that was an accident.
That's what my ex-husband said when I caught him in bed with his secretary.
I guess you know why I'm here.
I guess I do.
The room's all set. I've got the money.
Whatever you say, Tiger. So this is what $50,000 looks like.
I still can't believe it's mine.
Well, I knew it was real the minute I saw it. What are you going to do with the money? Invest it?
No.
Spend
it? That's the problem with money, Billy. All it does for some people is make them afraid of losing it. Not me. I'm going to throw a huge party. Rent out the grand ballroom. Champagne. Caviar. I think I need a manicure. Hello, life. Here I come.
We're in trouble.
You rent this place yourself?
My dad did.
Oh, what else did Daddy do for you?
Is 150 enough?
Depends. What'd you have in mind?
I thought we were going to do it.
It?
Sex.
Vice, you're under arrest.
Dad?
What the hell? Hey, what's with all this strong-arm stuff?
They arrested me.
What?
Officer Gorham, are you the boy's father?
Get your hands off my son. He's not a criminal.
Officer, I'm Peter McDermott, St. Gregory's general manager. There's got to be a misunderstanding, isn't it?
Difficult to misunderstand this. Statute 647B of the California Penal Code. Whosoever solicits or engages in any
Look,
act of
nobody
prostitution...
solicited anything. And what happened to Tina?
I don't know. Who's Tina? This is the girl I met in the bar.
Officer, let's be reasonable. This boy is only 16.
If this is his first offense, he will be remanded to his father's custody after he's cited.
You're not citing my
Get
son.
him out in.
You're not citing my
Call our
son!
lawyer.
Hello. I'm meeting a friend, Mr. Holmes.
Mr. S. Holmes, party of two? I don't believe he's arrived yet.
Oh.
Cocktail while you wait?
Well, just a glass of red wine. Thank you.
Holmes, prior to made reservations for a couple, I don't know how long ago.
Your guest is already here.
What are you doing here?
I was going to ask you the same question.
Excuse me, there must be some mistake. We are not dining together this evening, or any evening.
But aren't you waiting for Mr. Holmes?
No, that's right, Mr. Holmes, but this is...
Watson?
Oh, my God. Oh, of all the nasty, inconsiderate, unfeeling tricks.
I had no... Oh, my God. Hold it, Dave.
I'm not the only one working late tonight. Hey, when's the party? I heard you were renting out the grand ballroom.
No, it's booked solid. But I've been thinking about a condo in Hawaii. You know, private beach, hot tub, great view of Diamond Head. Well, you and Megan will have to come down.
Mark, maybe you should invest the money instead. Put in CDs, tax-free bonds.
Dave, who wants to get into a hot tub with a tax-free bond?
Why did you take a swing at the policeman? They were gonna let me go.
Gosh, Ron, I guess I got a little carried away.
Some terrific weekend.
Hell. When I was 16, I was practically a weekender in the clink. Too many six-packs and 70 miles an hour down Coast Highway.
Dad, I'm tired of having you mad at me.
I'm not mad at you, Ron.
I know you're disappointed in me, but I'm still here. We still have to deal with each other as we are.
I am dealing with you.
Are you? Telling me about weekends in jail, drinking and driving? Seems to me I'm not the kid in the family.
You sound like you hate me.
I don't hate you. You're my father. Just don't have anything to say to you anymore.
Who is it?
Watson?
It's 5 in the morning. Go away.
Come on, Karen, open the door just for a minute.
Well?
Well, something elementary, my dear Watson.
$50,000. Huh. Buy a nice little house and use it as a down payment. White shutters on the window. Tom Sawyer picket fence.
Not me. I'd invest it. But I'd put it in someplace nice and quiet where it wouldn't give me any trouble. Mr. Danny.
Oh, hey, Bo Brummel. When are we all jetting down to the condo?
Why are you supposed to be nice? Blue hours in the moonlight, sun, sir?
Yes, well, I don't know. I think I'll get myself a yacht first. Then we can really cruise and stuff.
Oh, boy. Well, you know what they say.
Sure do. Diamonds are a boy's best friend.
Missed the bus, sorry.
Sam.
What's the matter? Doesn't fit?
Oh, perfectly. But I can't.
Why not?
It's much too extravagant. Besides, it's the thought that counts.
I want you to have it.
But I don't want it.
Look, even if I look good in a dress, it's not my size.
Everyone has the right to have some faults, but you're beginning to abuse the privilege.
I see it's pointless to ask you to behave like a normal woman. You don't do imitations.
Karen, Sam, how was dinner last night?
Full of surprises.
And here's another one. I quit.
Sure appreciate you coming to bat for us, Pete.
You wouldn't think it'd take all night to get sighted.
Well, it's over now. What do you say we get some breakfast, huh?
Well, I don't know. I gotta get some sleep.
Okay, well, you and me have some breakfast. I know there's a great place for steak and eggs.
Don't tell me what to do.
Easy now there, champ. You had a rough night last night.
Hey, don't kid me about this, Dad.
All right, son, I hear you.
You don't hear me. It's the whole point, Dad. You never hear anyone but yourself.
Now, you listen to me.
No, you listen. I told you last night. I've had it.
Let him go, Ed. He's got to work things out for himself.
I gotta talk to him. I'm losing him.
Whose fault is that?
I thought while we're having breakfast, we could go over some of the things to do with Peter.
Oh, dozed off. Sorry.
Well, I hope I'm paying you for this overtime.
I was up all night.
Oh, one of those.
Which? One of our guests, an old friend, he got into a little altercation.
Well, nothing serious, I hope.
A comedy of errors. Only his son didn't think it was so funny when they spent the night in jail.
Coffee? Or would it keep you awake?
Fathers.
Oh. Fathers are a curious breed. When I was a little girl, my dad used to call me Vic. And he wasn't happy unless I came home with 2 skinned knees and dirt under my fingernails.
And when you weren't his little girl anymore?
Well, then he called me Vicky. He told all the young men who came to visit that I was his delicate little flower.
And they all better watch their stuff.
Oh, yes, and they all did. All except one. And I married him.
Act 3's giving you trouble? You could always blame it on the butler.
Maybe I should introduce a new character. A real hard-nosed, uptight divorcee.
I don't think Karen enjoys playing that role.
Well, you could fool me. That is one highly strung woman, but not strung nearly high enough.
Oh. You know you don't mean that.
Hey, forget her.
You didn't think that when you were writing to her.
But you can't live your life to the U.S. mail.
You're right. You can't.
That's right.
I wouldn't quit, though. Why give her the satisfaction?
You're absolutely right. If she doesn't like it, she can quit.
You might want to write her a letter. Let her know how you feel.
It's another good idea. Then I'll never have to say another word to her ever again.
Ever.
Oh, Christine, thanks for lunch. I needed a little cheering up now that Elwood's back on the job.
Oh, he changed his mind.
Just to aggravate me.
Well, why not clear the air? Let him know how you feel.
If I never speak to him again, it'll be too soon for me.
You could write him a letter.
Dear Mr. Elwood, I've had it with pen pals. Stay out of my life.
I've really tried, Mr. McDermott. I just can't please him. I don't think my father even likes me.
You know, that's not true.
I know I wake up every day feeling sick. Like you feel after a night of bad dreams. Dreams where he's yelling at me to shape up and act like a man. I don't know what he thinks a man is.
I always thought a man was someone who stood up for what he believed in. Especially if he believed in himself.
I'm tired of arguing with him. Like that girl I was supposed to meet. He made it seem like I was a freak just because he thinks I'm inexperienced.
You're not, are you?
Does it matter?
Well, not to me, but it seems to mean a lot to him. Why don't you tell him, get him off your back?
I can't.
Embarrassed?
He'd figure out who I was with. It wouldn't be fair to her.
So you're going home.
What else can I do?
You can sit him down and talk to your father. You keep walking away, you're going to lose each other.
If he won't listen?
Well, you'll still be on top for making the effort.
Thank you so much.
Spelled nincompoop with 2 M's.
At least I don't pretend to be a writer. Look, I'm sorry what I said about you not being a writer.
Forget it.
No, it was cruel. Watson wouldn't have been so cruel. Blackmail most foul. We talked about your plays in our letters.
Don't remind me.
Right. Past history. Except, I was wondering, what would happen if Lady Cosgrove were actually behind it all?
You mean, she's blackmailing her own husband?
Well, if she was really in love with his half-brother.
The one with the dueling scar. And then, with Sir Charles away...
The entire estate is hers.
That is brilliant. That is a brilliant ending. I could kiss you.
Why don't you? Kiss me, Mr. Elwood. Kiss me, Mr. Elwood. It's not exactly how the man with the scar did it.
This is the way.
Mr. McDermott? You are Mr. McDermott, aren't you?
Yes.
I'm Mrs. Cooper. Mrs. Philip J. Cooper of Hearn, Texas.
Nice to meet you, Mrs. Cooper. Anything I can do for you?
I certainly hope so. Where does a body start? You see, about 3 months ago...
Hey, it's not what you think. Tina wasn't responsible for the little mix-up. I was just paying her for her time.
I could stick around if you like.
Oh, that's okay, honey. Why don't you just go along?
Okay.
Glad you came back, Ron.
I'm got some things to say.
Well, let's hear them.
First of all, I'm going home.
All right.
And second, you're a bully.
What'd you say?
You're a bully, Dad.
Is that all?
Don't care, do you? Dad, you don't care if I live or die. You just so long as I'm a man, huh?
I care, Ron. Ron, I care, damn it.
You're all I've got. You're my son.
I can't be like you, Dad. I'm through trying. I don't need an Angelina from Salinas to brag about in 20 years.
That's all that ever was, Ronnie. Just Ed Kerwin talking big.
Always been so angry at me.
Ron, I've been angry my whole life. Not at you. At me. But I just didn't want you to be afraid. The way I was afraid.
Dad, you've never been afraid of anything.
I'm afraid I'm losing you. I love you, son. I love you, son. Please forgive me.
We weren't staying here, just having drinks with some friends. Then Mr. Cooper said to me, "Darling, maybe you lost it at the St. Gregory." We were on safari, so what could I do? Not a phone for 1,000 miles.
Well, I'm so happy you found it. Oh, anyway, the bracelet would look better on you than me.
I know you didn't have to give it back. Sure you won't accept a little something in appreciation?
Oh, no, thank you, ma'am.
When I wear it, I'll think of you, Mr. Dannon.
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Cooper.
Thank you.
Please come back.
What'd you find this time? I'm no expert, but it sure looks real to me.
Emeralds. The stuff dreams are made of.
Let them be your dreams.